And so you all, there is something about these patches. When you look at them, I actually bought some of these patches here. Hopefully they'll be coming back to me and yet they'll get them on. Y'all just let me know. Okay. All right. When you look at these patches, okay, I look at them, it's like, what's in them? What's in them? What's happening? What's inside of them for them to do what it's doing? Okay. And you look at it, but the deal is when you put it on and you feel better, you mean the pain could just go away? What? Now, I often talk about how I have been in pain for years, especially on my right side. I've been in pain for years. I was always taking 800 milligrams of this, 800 milligrams of that every 4 to 6 hours. Pain, pain, pain. Yep, for years, you all. Okay. And messed around here and got introduced to these patches, the S39, the S49, the Eon patch, but especially the LifeWave patch. I got introduced to those patches, you all, the LifeWave patch. And when I got introduced to all of these patches and different things and I studied upon them, I placed them where they needed to place. I followed the instructions. And I want to tell you all that no, my pain didn't go away just like that. But what it did, it started reducing. All right. That 10 might have came to a 9.5, and then a 9, and then an 8.5 as I continue to wear the patches. All right. And I want to say after 3 months of wearing the patches, the combination of patches in that particular area on my body, you all, the pain is gone. All right. It's going on 5 months that I have not felt that pain. Okay. And I love the way that the patches, I love the way that it open up your channel, your energy. Okay. Because a lot of you all are stagnated, full of inflammation because you're ticked off about something. Okay. And as things are stagnated and there's no energy flow, guess what happens, you all? You get stopped up, you get blocked up, you get locked up. All right. But what I absolutely loved about this, it's not that anything went into my body and I didn't feel woozy, I didn't feel high or anything, y'all, but I felt better. I felt good. And now I don't have to use those combinations of patches for that one pain. But I do wear combinations of patches for maintenance, okay? Because these fools out here, they spraying all this stuff up in the air and all of this different stuff that's happening to our bodies that can cause our bodies to react a certain way. So I keep my patches on for maintenance so that I can just be feeling good like a real woman should. All right. And I have to say woman because I'm a natural born woman. All right. And for the man, they can say feeling good like a real man should. But for me, I'm feeling good like a real woman should. Now, please.
How about now?
I can hear you loud and clear.
Wonderful to see you. Thank you for having me back on. It's great to be here.
Oh, wow. All right. Look, so much has happened since you was last on a few months ago. And I have a lot of questions for you. So I hope you can be with me for a good amount of time so we can get through this, because I want people to actually understand what this is. When I talk about the patches, some people, they like, patch, what's up? You know, they think it's one of them patches that you just put on like this. And I'm like, no, it's just a patch. So one thing that I found after, talking to people, they want to know what's in the patch. And I'm like, that's patented. That's a patented secret, you all. But to know that no medicine, okay, is transferred from the patch into your body, no drugs or chemicals is transferred from the patch into your body. Can you please break down the patch and how it is causing the body to do what it needs to do?
Yeah, wonderful question and a great way to start. So the first thing is that these patches work based on phototherapy, meaning they're stimulating the body with light. And they are patented. However, what's in the patches are organic materials. They're stereoisomers of amino acids and sugars and other natural materials, and they're
Mm-hmm.
designed to stimulate the skin with very low levels of light. So this is the same process that when we go out in the sun, it causes our body to make vitamin D. This is the way that God created us, that our bodies
Wow.
interact with light. So the
Mhm.
patches stimulate the body with very low levels of light, and they improve energy production in the cell. They improve the flow of energy in the body. They improve athletic performance, strength, stamina, recovery from exercise, and support of overall health and wellness.
I absolutely love it. I absolutely love it. Now, they sent me over a lot of questions and different things, but I need to know this. How do a person know which patch is best for them? Okay, because I know we don't talk about the the medicine side or the hospital side or the doctor side, the terminology. No, but when it comes down to pain, that's not no medical terminology. I'm in pain. If it's inflammation, I have inflammation. If it's a nervous condition, if I'm nervous or have anxiety, that's my issue. That's not this medical terminology that done been made up for them to make money off of it. Okay. So how do a person know which patch is best for them?
So we have patches that can be used, light therapy products that can be used for a
Mm-hmm.
variety of things. And it's very easy to select. So we have products for improving energy. So many people, they get tired at 3 o'clock in the afternoon, or they have low levels of energy during the day. And so they can
Mm-hmm.
use the energy patch. When
That's
people are
the energy
experiencing
enhancer,
any,
right?
that's the energy enhancer.
I
When
love it.
people are experiencing pain, they can use LifeWave. When they are having a problem sleeping, they can use Silent Nights. And the one that we recommend people start with is called X39. And this product, it does many things for the body. It is going to help promote the flow of energy in the body, improve athletic performance, improve the way you sleep and the way you recover. So that would be the one for people to start with. And it's really easy. Just put it behind the neck uh, after you shower, wake up in the morning, and then remove it before you go to bed at night. It's that easy to use.
Wow. Okay. So I happened to catch a re-air of you on with Mike Lindell last year, and you all talked
Yes.
about the carnosine. Okay. And can you please talk to the audience about the carnosine? I'm like, oh my God, I got that. I got to start using that. And it's not to say that yeah, I am getting older, but I'm getting better. Okay. But can you please explain what this here particular patch is good for, the carnosine?
So I first became interested in researching carnosine back around 2005 and 2006. And carnosine is one of the most valuable nutrients that everyone should be using. And the reason for this is that carnosine helps keep us younger longer. That's what the studies show. And in fact, let's say you took someone that was over the age of 60. One of the problems that people face as they age is they get a decline in their cognition. Their memory starts to go, their focus, their sharpness, the speed at which they process information. Um, when you begin to elevate carnosine, you can recapture some of those things that you lost from time. We've also
Mm-hmm.
done studies that have shown that carnosine builds muscle, it improves strength and stamina. It's good for not only the brain, but for the health of the heart. And in animal studies, it shows that carnosine will prevent the telomeres from shortening. So, in other words, it increases lifespan by 30 to 40%. and keeps you younger for a longer period of time. That's what the animal studies show. So, but of course, we've done human studies with our product, and carnosine is a natural antioxidant. It occurs naturally in the body. It declines with age. So by replenishing carnosine, you can recapture some of your youth.
Now, I'm laughing inwards, okay, and I'm gonna tell you why. I'm gonna tell the audience why, because the first thing I thought about was Jim Crow Joe Biden, and the way his cognitive skills have really declined, and I'm like, will this help? Because he's really so far gone. I might need to call up the regime to let them know about this right here. Maybe it can help him out within the last few months that he have here in office. But anywho, so okay, one more thing, another one I want to go through real
I love
quick.
the way that you put that.
Yeah. Okay, the glutathione. Am I saying that right? All right.
Yes, you are.
This is great for detoxing. Okay. And it is really truly real. All I can say is really truly real. So can you let the audience know about this one, the glutathione?
So, so glutathione is the body's master antioxidant. So we know there's a lot of different antioxidants: vitamin C, vitamin A, vitamin E, and glutathione. Many people still haven't heard about it today, but it's a naturally occurring antioxidant in the body. It's found in very high concentrations in the liver because it is used for detoxification. The US Army has done studies to show that glutathione protects our hearing. And this is very important for people in the military because number one disability for when they started looking at this back in the early 2000s was hearing loss. And they found that glutathione could protect our service members from hearing loss. Glutathione also protects the vision. Glutathione is a critical part of the body's immune system. Glutathione will protect our DNA from damage. So when people go out in the sun and they can get damage from UV light, glutathione is the antioxidant that protects the DNA from damage. So an important reason to elevate glutathione is to help remove toxins from the body, manage inflammation, and help keep our body young and strong.
When you talk about removing toxins from the body, what specific toxic particles or toxic are you speaking of?
So the classic use of glutathione is for removing heavy metals like mercury. So unfortunately, because of industrialization, there is mercury contaminants in the air. We have mercury in seafood like swordfish and
Yeah.
tuna. So when people are getting mercury into the body, it will accumulate there and it will cause all different types of disease. So a way to think about this is that our body is made up of electrical signals. We depend on our brain to send electrical signals so we can move our muscles and our organs can function properly. And because mercury is a metal, if it gets into your body and it accumulates in your thyroid, it accumulates in the liver, it can really wreak havoc on a person's metabolism. So fortunately, glutathione will bind to heavy metals like mercury, and it will remove it from the body. That's just one of the things that glutathione will do.
Okay, and that's from putting the patch, just from putting the patch on the particular points that's recommended. That will cause it to the light. The patch will cause stimulation within your skin for that light to reflect back into your body. Am I explaining that right?
So the human body already emits light. Anyone that's ever seen night vision what they're seeing is infrared light coming off the body. So the patch uses that body heat, that infrared light. The body heat activates the patch, and then the patch stimulates the skin with low levels of light being activated by body heat, and this is going to cause an increase in glutathione. So again, very similar principle to how sunlight will cause the body to elevate vitamin D. It's called, the technical name for it is called photobiomodulation, but it's simply phototherapy, using light to improve the health of the body.
All right. Can you please, before I go through any of these other patches, can you please tell us about your research into reversing human aging?
So that is by far my passion now for many, many years, is looking at not only can we stop aging, but could we actually become younger? And scientists now in the age reversal community are seeing that this, in fact, is possible. So, for example, there was work done at UC Berkeley showing that two very simple materials, one is called acetyl L-carnitine, which is an amino acid, and the other is an antioxidant called alpha lipoic acid. When you introduce those into the cells, some of the cells in the body start to behave like younger, healthier cells. Remarkably, when we live in a state of love, it's going to elevate a hormone in the body called oxytocin. Now, this happens with women. When women give birth, they get a spike in their oxytocin levels. When people are in love, they get a spike in oxytocin. And remarkably, even if people are 70 or 80 years old, if they get elevated levels of this hormone, the muscle cells in the body will revert to muscle fibers that look like they're in their 20s. So we're seeing these very practical examples how certain naturally occurring materials can reverse the age of specific cells. So what we do in our lab is we look at species that don't age. We look at ants, we look at lobsters, we look at planaria, and we look to see if we can understand how they're not aging, and can we create technology so we can apply this to human beings.
Okay, this is incredible because the first thing I'm thinking about is, and okay, I'm gonna just be real, okay? The first thing that comes to my mind is the aborted babies and what they're doing with the adrenaline and all of this other different stuff that they claim is a conspiracy theorist, okay? So that's the first thought that came to my mind. But I don't have to drink nobody blood or anything like that when I'm using these patches, because the patches is doing what it needs to do for my own body, to do what it needs to do for itself. Now, you did some research here. I want to know, how does your research, what do it have to do with the Bible? What's the correlation there as it pertains to the Bible?
This is really a fascinating subject because there is evidence for the existence of God in nature. Now, I think the best way to believe in God is by faith, but we can actually see examples in the world around us and in his creation. So in the study that we were doing in our lab with lobsters, what I was looking for was to look at what wavelengths of light come off of the lobsters, and could we correlate that to their ability to defy aging. So in other words, there have been lobsters found over 130 years old and they've never aged. They're still as young and strong and healthy as when they were born. So we want to try to understand that secret. So what I uncovered was that there was a biological code embedded into the lobsters, that lobsters were emitting wavelengths of light to coordinate different reactions within their cells. And there was a pattern that was forming. It was very, very clear to me. Now, I do a Bible study, and I look at both the Old Testament and the New Testament.
Yeah.
And the Old Testament is written in Hebrew originally, and the New Testament is written in Greek. Now, one of the interesting things about both of these languages is that you can convert letters in Hebrew and Greek over into numbers. So in the Bible, there are a number of very important clues. So the very first sentence of the Old Testament, in the beginning, God said, "Let there be light," right? If we convert that over into Hebrew, it forms a numerical sequence that we can convert into a series of numbers, and those numbers form ratios that are identical to the ratios that I found in lobsters. So, in other words, God created everything and put his signature into the biology of all living things, such as lobsters. And that numerical code is found in the story of creation.
Oh, you're deep. You're really deep. Now, I understand what you're talking about. I know some people is probably sitting out here like, what is he saying? I got where you're coming from. Oh, that is so deep. Incredible. Incredible.
So the
So,
exciting thing about this is that we can use this information. Well, first, this is something that shows the glory of God in creation. But the other side to it
yeah.
is we can use this information to create technology for healing. And that's what we've been doing, is using that information to create new technology that we want to introduce to help heal people on their journey in this world.
So you have all of these different patches. Which one of the products or patches do you recommend to slow down the acceleration of aging?
There are several actually that people have an option for. The most powerful is X39. X39, we found when doing blood tests, is that it's going to increase the production of a peptide called GHKCU, which is copper peptide. And this peptide is known to reset thousands of genes in the body to a more youthful state. So that's a very powerful anti-aging peptide. We've talked about glutathione. Our lifespan is directly linked to our body's levels of glutathione. Carnosine protects the brain, the heart, and the muscles, and is very important as we age. And then another one product that we have is called the Eon patch. And Eon is important because it helps to manage inflammation. So as people age, they start to lose the ability to manage inflammation, and that inflammation will damage healthy tissue and damage DNA. So if we can elevate the antioxidants in the body and move inflammation out, we will age much, much better.
Amen to that. And I absolutely love the Eon patch. Now it's spelled AEON. Okay. So I don't want y'all to, some people say Aeon, but it's Eon patches. And
Right.
I love the way that when I'm in this anxious space and how I can take the patch and put it right here on the right side behind my ear, how it actually takes, and I can feel this sense of calmness come over me. Okay. Once again, no medicine has entered my body or anything, but I put the patches in the recommended location on the points of the body, and that's what happens. So I love it.
Yeah, we began doing, I wear the Eon patch in the evening now, exactly for that reason, because I find that it helps get me into a nice calm state to prepare me for sleep. And we started doing these studies, these clinical studies, back in 2010. And we worked with a very well-known PhD, Dr. Tom Budzinski. And what he found is that within 10 seconds of applying the Eon patch, it starts to bring a balance to the nervous system. So if you're up real excited, it calms you down. If your body's too relaxed, it brings you into balance. And this balance helps improve the way everything works in the body. So for people that are under stress, they're really going to benefit from the Eon product.
Will this also assist with individual organs within the bodies, including like our thyroid as well?
Well, we actually did a study, and it
Mm-hmm.
was used, we used a technology called electrointerstitial scanning. And this work was done by Dr. Sherry Greenberg and Dr. Homer Nazaran at the University of Texas in El Paso. And using this technique, we showed, this is a bioelectrical diagnostic, and we showed that the Eon patch, glutathione patch, the energy patches, they help bring balance to all of the organs in the body. So this doesn't mean that they're going to treat disease, because we don't make that claim. But what we do say is that this is going to improve and support the wellness and the vitality of the body.
Amen. I let everybody know that I'm not a doctor. I don't proclaim to be a doctor. However, my body do have a thyroid, so that don't need to be a disease. My body have to be balanced at the end of the day. My body has organs inside of it. So I should be able to say the name of the organs that's inside of it without somebody getting upset and saying, "Oh, you're talking about disease." I didn't say absolutely nothing about disease or a disease name, but as it pertains to organs within and within the body, we all have that, and so we should be able to discuss that. Now, somebody asked this question. You have a lot of different people that's in a lot of different professions, and they have to go to work, and a lot of them may have to take random drug tests. So will this affect their drug testing if they patch up?
Not at all, because there's
Mhm.
no type of chemicals that enter the body. This is simply light therapy. We're stimulating the skin with light, so there's no foreign chemicals. This is also, a good opportunity to bring up something that you're mentioning about the thyroid. At first, I'm not a medical doctor. I'm a researcher. I'm an inventor, and my specialty is in health research, among other things. And one of the things that's very important to promote is that we want people to have a healthy diet. We want people to have regular exercise, get proper sleep, drink plenty of water so they can bring balance to their body. One of the unfortunate circumstances today is that most people in the United States are not getting enough iodine in their diet. So the majority of the population has an iodine deficiency. And the thyroid needs iodine to function properly. It also needs an amino acid called tyrosine. You have to get that from food or through supplementation. So when we're eating properly or when we're also supplementing, we can get all the raw materials our body needs. And then when you use something like the patches, it's going to help bring the body into balance. So the patches are really a great complement to a healthy lifestyle, but we want to make sure people are eating healthy and supplementing so they're getting all the nutrition they need.
Okay. Speaking about vitamins, I have another question to come in. Uh, can you use the patch if you're taking vitamins or if you are on pharmaceutical medicines? Can you still use the patch?
Well, I certainly would recommend, especially today, after going through COVID, that people take vitamins to support their health, and they should be taking very specific vitamins. So, Dr.
Mm-hmm.
Peter McCullough, who I believe you know, is a wonderful reference here. His work on looking at how N-acetylcysteine, or NAC, which forms glutathione, is important in managing inflammation in the body. Nutrients like nattokinase, which is an enzyme from fermented soy, can actually dissolve the SARS-CoV-2 spike protein in both the vaccine and in COVID. And of course, enzymes like bromelain also dissolve the spike protein. Those are some of the things that people can do in this post-COVID world now. So certainly the patches are a wonderful complement to supplements. On pharmaceuticals, we don't do any studies showing the use of our products with pharmaceutical drugs. So we have to recommend that someone speak with their healthcare practitioner to see if it makes sense for them. But again, it's light therapy, so there shouldn't be any issue with it.
Real quick, how is the LifeWave phototherapy different from other products?
Oh, it's extraordinarily different. So first, our product is patented, so there's nothing else like it on the market. Most light therapy products are going to be things like lamps and cold lasers. And these, of course, require batteries, they require electronics. And our product is a very simple passive device that's powered by body heat. So it doesn't require any batteries. It's nanotechnology. You apply it to the body, it's activated by body heat, and it goes to work. So it's extremely simple to use and very effective.
And another good benefit is that I don't have to take the patch and put it on my skin. I can take the patch and put it inside of my clothes. You all, I can when I'm going and when I'm working out, I can outfit whatever I'm wearing with my patches on the inside so that I can go have a great workout, okay, without it being stuck all on me. So I love that benefit. I love the money back guarantee benefit. Now I have just a few more for you and then I'm going to be out your hair, okay? But the SP6, the SP6 complete, all right? We understand that this here is for individuals who is, I guess, what, having withdrawals or is trying to, what you tell us what this is for. I don't want to misspeak here.
Okay, so especially this time of year, some people are thinking about losing some extra weight and getting in shape for summer. So how do you go about doing that, right? So we want to look at an entire approach to this. So that means we want people to exercise and eat sensibly, get proper sleep, drink plenty of water. But one of the things that people are going to struggle with on that journey is cravings. So how do we get cravings under control? And there's a couple of ways of doing that. One of them is with SP6. So this product is going to help to suppress the appetite and it's going to help to manage hunger and cravings. So it's part of the overall puzzle. Another important thing for people to be aware of is that when we're eating, we're turning on the production of insulin, and insulin is what's going to be storing calories as fat. When we're not eating, that's when we're turning on growth hormone, and growth hormone is going to be metabolizing fat for energy. So this is one of the reasons why strategies like intermittent fasting work so well to help people lose body fat. But, what else can we do? Well, antioxidants like glutathione and alpha lipoic acid help to balance out our blood sugar and bypass that insulin spike. So antioxidants like glutathione and alpha lipoic acid are very, very good tools for people looking to lose some extra body fat.
Right. Wow. You know, I could talk to you all night. Okay, I just have two more questions. The X49, I
Okay.
often talk about the S39, the X49. So can you please explain the X49 and what that is good for as well?
Yeah. So X49 elevates a peptide called AHKCU. It is the daughter peptide of GHK that X39 elevates. And this is a lesser known peptide in the body, and it's based on the amino acid alanine, and it is stored in the brain and the heart and the muscle in the bone. And there are many benefits to this peptide. One is that it helps to improve bone density. So we did a study with women, and we found that it could reverse age-related bone loss. So very, very good for women that are over the age of 50 that are concerned about osteoporosis. Another thing we found is that when people exercised and they used X49, they gained strength and stamina faster and they lost body fat faster. So X49 can help someone on their journey to changing their body composition. So there's a big difference between that and X39.
12 hours on, 12 hours off. And I also heard that if you use the combination of S39 and S49 together, it helps with the radiation, help blocks off is that the EMF, the different radiation that's out there. It can help protect your body from that.
So this was a pilot study that we did. And what I recommend everyone to do today is take a copper supplement. And most people don't get enough copper in their diet, and copper is necessary for making energy. But the other thing that copper does, when you use X39 and X49, these are copper binding peptides, and these peptides show up in your skin. And what we found through this preliminary work is that this helps reduce a person's susceptibility to 5G. So we took people that were sensitive to 5G, and we gave them X39 and X49, and in as little as 3 days, they reduced their susceptibility to 5G. So we hope to do more research on this in the future, but it looks like we have a great tool for helping to reduce a person's exposure to things like 5G, Bluetooth, and Wi-Fi.
Do you have any slides that you wanted to show the audience? Was there any slides or anything that you wanted to share with the audience before we go?
If you like, sure, that'd be fine.
Yeah.
Can you see this okay?
I see result. Yes, I can see that. Can you make that a big screen for him, producers? Go ahead, sir.
Yeah, you can see this okay?
Yes, I can see it perfectly well.
Okay. Yeah, just a few quick slides on X39 so people can get an idea of how this helps support the body healing. Just show a few different examples of this. This was a person that had open heart surgery in 2017. They started using X39 in 2018. And you can see in only 1 month, there was a noticeable reduction in the appearance of that scar. Main thing I wanted to show was what we see in age reversal. And when people start using this product, they're using it for overall wellness. But because it's resetting genes to a more youthful state, what we see is that in many people, as they continue to use the product, they take on a more youthful appearance. So this is a woman, her name is Mandy, in Australia. And after a year, this was the change she went through. And this is what she looked like 2 years after using X39. Now, this would
Wow.
be what we would say would
Wow.
be a typical experience of someone using X39 for about 3 months. They'll see that the skin will become more firm, more tight, and they take on a radiance. This would also be a pretty typical experience of what we see with people in a very short period of time. And then every once in a while, we see some things that are really extraordinary in the realm of
Yeah.
age reversal, women in Japan. And here's a woman only 2 months of using X39, 93 years old. And after only 2 months, her appearance changed significantly. So I'm really excited about the work that we're doing with human age reversal.
Incredible. One last thing, the LifeWave patch for pain and inflammation and so much more. This saved my life. All right. It saved my husband's life because I was irritable being in pain. Okay. And when this came along, the S39 and S49, when it came along, and I started using that in my right on my right side for pain. Keep in mind, I've been in pain for years using 800 milligrams of this, 800 milligrams of that, keeping tight stuff on to try to reduce the pain. But there is something with this LifeWave patch. You got about 2 minutes. Can you please explain to me and the audience about this LifeWave patch?
Yeah, so we've done 18 clinical studies now on LifeWave, and we did one at a hospital in France, double-blind, placebo-controlled, but real simple. You apply the patches to the area of pain. It starts to stimulate the skin with light. This improves the flow of energy through the tissue that's in pain, and within 2 to 3 minutes, people can have 50 to 100% relief of pain. That's what we've found in our studies and in practical experience. If people have pain throughout the entire body, they can put these on the bottom of the feet, up on the shoulders, and they can see they can get pain throughout the body. Sometimes it takes 20 or 30 minutes to see the effect, but often it happens very, very quickly within about a minute or two.
I love it. And you know, it's 2 patches that comes along with the LifeWave patch, you all. The white stay on the right, the brown is on the left. But if wherever that pain is at, I put the brown on the pain and I do my little
Right.
counter clockwise to find what reduces that pain even more. And that's where I place the white patch at. So I
That's
absolutely love it. Huh? What you say, huh?
Yeah, that's right. That's exactly how you use it.
That's exactly how you use it. Uh, Mr. David Schmidt, I want to first say thank you so much. I just wished that I would have met you and these patches a year at least before my sister passed away. I believe that this could have really saved her life. But like I always say, if she was meant to be here, she would be here. But God have her now, and God needed her more. But I'm so glad to still know you now because I got a lot more good living to do because I have to do everything I can to try to help save our country from these demonic evil individuals that cease to destroy it. And I want to say thank you so much for your research, for just putting it out there. Thank God for your brain. Thank God for your clever brain to be able to figure this out. All right. And I know what it takes to be able to do that. So thank God for you and for what you do. And thank God for even allowing us to have the business opportunity at this as we continue to explore the patches. This is the CEO of LifeWave Technology, and I just want to say thank you, sir. Any last words, Mr. David Schmidt?
Oh, well, thank you, Silk. You're so very kind and generous, and thank you for having me. It's such a privilege. Thank you for everything that you're doing for our country. And you're absolutely correct. These are dark times, and we have to push back and stand up and fight for our country. And for all those people that are suffering right now, I think the message would be that there's always hope. There's always answers. There's wonderful people out there, especially in our community, who just want to help and heal. And you don't have to suffer with pain, and you don't have to suffer with desperation. There are answers, and there's great people that want to help.
Wonderful. God bless you, sir. And until next time, you just be blessed. Thank you so much. God bless. Wow.
God bless you.
Wow. Wow. Incredible, you all.